Do you feel like a passive spectator in your own life? Instead of being an active participant, actually going out and making things happen, do you feel like you are kind of just sat on the sidelines, just going through the motions and watching other people do the stuff that you might want to do? Well, it's Oliver here again, and today I'm talking about passivity, about being a passive man, why this happens, what causes it, and most importantly, how you can finally jump in and start living your own life fully again. And if this video helps you, please do consider clicking that thumbs up icon because it really does help me grow my channel. So firstly, what is a passive man? I'm going to read you a quote that kind of sums up this pretty damn well. Male passivity is a disease that robs a man of his purpose while it destroys marriages, ruins families, and spoils legacies. A passive man doesn't engage, he retreats. He neglects personal responsibility. At its core, passivity is about cowardice. If you're a passive man, it means you're avoiding taking full responsibility for your life. You're allowing fear to drive you. You're avoiding making decisions. You're avoiding confrontation, no matter how necessary it is. And you're likely numbing out. You're numbing out with porn, you're numbing out with booze, with weed, with video games, with any other form of entertainment. You are numbing out in some way, distracting yourself. Now here's something you need to know. There are 3 responses that you can choose in any given moment to any given life situation. You only have 3 options. Change your situation, accept it, or leave it. But a passive man does none of these. If you're a passive man, you dissociate. You check out, you detach yourself from living your life while watching other people live theirs through your screen. But if being passive is such a bad thing, why does it happen? There are 3 core reasons why a man is passive. The first reason, you fear change. Life is change. It's constant change. That is the only constant in life is change. But on some level, you haven't fully made peace with this yet. If you're not at peace with the impermanence of everything, then it's possible that you are actually stuck in the past, reliving a phase of your life that you deem to be better than now. It's also likely that you haven't fully grieved the loss of that phase of your life, and it's preventing you from moving forward, in the belief that the future couldn't possibly be better than that phase of my life, so why even try? The second reason is you fear failure. You choose to live in your fantasy of what a better life could be, because this gives you a cheap little dopamine hit. You'd rather have that than face the reality of challenge, the reality of hard work, the reality of possibly risking rejection and failure to actually bring your fantasy into reality. Fearing failure, you don't really believe you're capable of it. You don't think you can handle it. You don't think you can actually do it. And reason number 3, you fear feeling. You may be afraid of feeling the full depth of fear, of loss, of sadness, of embarrassment, of rejection. So this means you try to control life. You try to stay in your safe, comfortable little bubble. It means you're afraid of taking risks. So life becomes boring, mundane, or stagnant. Now, while this all might sound pretty terrible, the truth is there is actually a reward to passivity. When you avoid taking full responsibility, you actually avoid feeling the full brunt, the full punch in the face of failure. When you numb out, you avoid feeling the deepest depths of pain. At least for now. By avoiding confrontation with other people, you avoid saying the wrong thing or making a mistake or screwing things up. And by watching other people live safely through your screen, you kind of get this second-hand voyeuristic pleasure from vicariously living through other people. But you get all that without the risk of actually doing the thing that they're doing. But those benefits aside, let me make it very, very clear to you. Passivity will destroy your life. The truth is, and it really sucks to say this, but it's the truth, that many men, and even some watching this right now, will go to their graves never having fully participated in their life. They will die an NPC, an extra in their own movie, rather than the hero or the main character. Sometimes doing nothing is more harmful than doing the wrong thing. By avoiding taking responsibility, the truth is, you're actually failing all the time. and in so many different areas of your life. You're just not fully aware of it. But the reality is, eventually, these failures stack up, and one day, you may wake up and realize it. But by that point, it's too late to do anything about it. By numbing out and distracting yourself, yes, you avoid feeling pain, you avoid feeling the deepest reaches of pain and fear and sadness and all the rest of it, but you also rob yourself of that connection to yourself, that quiet voice within that knows what you want and it knows where to go. By watching other people live as a spectator, you are conditioning yourself to live in the third person. On Pornhub, you're watching another man have sex with a beautiful woman instead of experiencing it yourself. On Reddit, you might watch another person's inspirational weight loss journey instead of committing yourself to the process of getting in great shape yourself. You might be playing Destiny 2, watching your fake character level up and improve while completely neglecting building your own skills and knowledge, which would be way more rewarding. Yes, being a spectator, it has its pleasures, it has its upsides, but wouldn't you rather be the one who actually lives those things instead? Because life is not a spectator sport. And it's as my coach said to me a long time ago, life is a lot more fun when you get off the fence. So how do you do that? Here are 6 ways to start taking part in your life again. Firstly, you need to stop spectating. Stop stalking people on social media, stop idolizing people and putting people on pedestals. You can take inspiration from other people, but always remember, anything they can do, you can do. So instead of focusing on other people's journeys, bring your attention back and focus on your own goals, your own dreams, your own aspirations and your own actions instead. Secondly, stop waiting for the perfect time. There will never be a 100% perfect time to start something. You will never be free from fear if you're growing. So it really is a case of feeling the fear, bringing it along with you and taking action regardless. The third thing is to do an honest life audit. Feel into your life and get real about it. This is precisely the stuff that you may be distracting yourself from, but it's very necessary. Ask yourself, are you happy with your relationships, with your career, with your health, with how you spend your time? And what would your life look like if the bullshit didn't hold you back? The next thing to do is to take responsibility. The truth is, you are not a victim. Yes, it's true that not everything in your life is your fault. There is the basis for real self-compassion here, but the truth also is that anything from this moment onwards is a choice. So notice what you blame or who you blame for your life being the way it is. Get really honest about this. Once you uncover that, drop it, because it's really not helping you. Nobody is coming to save you. But also, luckily, you have the power to solve your own problems. The next thing to do is to make decisions. Any decision is better than no decision. To train yourself to become the active participant in your own life and stop being a spectator, you need to get into the habit of making decisions, both big, such as like what career and where you're gonna live and what partner you're gonna have, and also small, like what you're gonna eat tonight, what you're gonna watch at the cinema. Get in the habit of making decisions and sticking by them regardless of their consequences. And finally, take action. Start small though. Just decide one area of your life to improve upon. Make a decision about one thing that you can do to change that, and then do it. Rinse and repeat for other areas of your life. Just make sure you pick something you actually can do, because one thing, one small thing done is better than 10 big things never done. And if you are serious about becoming the active participant in your life, if you're really serious and you're ready to change, then click the link in the pinned comment below this video, because that is going to tell you a bit more about how you can work with me personally, where we can work together and help you completely overcome this passivity problem. The root of passivity is fear. But what is the root of that fear? Good question. Well, watch this video next, because that is exactly the question I am going to attempt to answer. I appreciate you, man, as always, and always remember, you can achieve literally anything you set your mind to. Never, never, never forget that, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.